Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome to another episode of What's in the Bag, Jay? Now, this is the segment where I pick 6 movies from my collection that I haven't watched, write their names on a piece of paper, draw one out at random. You know what? Let's spice things up a bit. While this whole coronavirus has me on lockdown, I'm going to change the game a little. Yes, I'm still going to have 6 movies. Yes, I'm still going to do a review. But I'm going to pick 2 films from this batch. That way, everyone maybe gets the movie that they want picked for a review. Now, most of it's going to follow in the same way, so make sure you vote for the ones that didn't come back if they're the ones you want to see a review on. So, returning from last week, we have Seeds of Destruction, The Devil's Rock, Slashers Gone Wild, Sector 7, Frenzy, and making its debut this week is Island Claws. So now I'm going to give the bag a good tussle. And I'm going to pick 2 movies out. Now here's the first one, and it is Island Claws. Alright. Give the bag another good tussle. Alright, let's see what we got here. My second pick is Frenzy. So I'm going to set those movies aside while I sit the remainers side by side by side. The remaining movies, that is. And this is going to go, of course, a 1 through 4 to see what gets picked to come back. If I roll a 5 or a Freddy vs. Jason, then I have to roll again, of course. And of course, it's Freddy vs. Jason. Alright. 2. Give the bag another good tussle. And I'm going to pick 2 movies. We have coming back The Devil's Rock and Seeds of Destruction. Now make sure you vote for Slashers Gone Wild, the director's cut, or Sector 7 if you want to see me review them. Right now, I'm going to go watch Frenzy and Island Claws and come back with a short review later. Well, I'm back. I just watched Frenzy, and here are my thoughts. Frenzy is a 2018 film which runs approximately 85 minutes and is directed by Jose Montesiones. Now, he was responsible for American Brawler, Sinister Minister, Blood Brothers, and a bunch of TV. Now, this stars Aubrey Reynolds as Lindsay. She was in Shock, Cyborg X, and 16 Stones. Gina Vittori as Paige. She was in Dr. Death and Tomb Invaders. And Kenneth Teshel as Kahia. She was in March for Jennifer and Sinister Code. Now, the original name for this movie was Surrounded. This is a Sci-Fi Network presentation. And Surrounded is actually the UK name. And this was shot in 12 days for under $500,000 in the actual ocean. Most of it took place in the actual ocean. Now, I'm doing this one first. This is going to be very short. This is about a a group of people who are adventurer YouTubers who are going to dive with sharks. Now, they get on a plane. The plane has problems. The wings come off. They crash into the water, and she's fighting to stay alive while the sharks eat the rest of the people. And by she, I mean Lindsay. Now I kind of rushed through this because this movie is actual garbage. I usually try to find the best in a movie. This movie doesn't have any of that. It's a complete piece of crap. This was in the 374 bin from Walmart. It deserves to be in the penny bin, and even there, it is too much to pay for this movie. Now, I love a bad shark movie. I love a good shark movie. This is neither. This is just a piece of crap. So, and that's pretty much it for that one. I'm going to move on to something I liked a lot better. So, give me 1 second, and I'll bring up the next title. Okay, I am back with definitely the better of the two films. Now, this is Island Claws. Island Claws is a 1980 film which runs, depending on which version you have. The 90-minute version, which this is the uncut version. There is an 82-minute version as well, but I'll explain a little bit about that later. Now, this is written and directed by Herman Cardenas. He actually didn't do anything before or after this, which I'm kind of surprised. Now, this stars Robert Lansing as Moody. Unfortunately, he passed away on October 23rd, 1994, at the age of 66. He was in The Nest, Empire of the Ants, and Blackjack. This also stars Steve Hanks, no relation to Tom, I do believe, as Pete Adams. He was in Heels, Echoes, and Encounters. And finally, Nita Talbot as Rosie. She was in Fraternity Vacation, which also had Barbara Crampton, and the girl from, now I'm blanking on her name, but the girl from Halloween 4 with the valuable assets, I'll call them. She was also in Frightmare and Night Shift. Now, this had a $3.5 million budget, and the crab itself, the giant crab, which they made one of, costed approximately $1 million out of that budget. Now, this film actually did not get picked up for distribution, which blows my mind, because we did have movies like Don't Go in the Woods Alone, which was in major theaters. I don't understand it. I mean, granted, it's a terrible movie. I do like Don't Go in the Woods Alone, but it is terrible. I mean, you have to admit. Now, like I said, this was made in 1980 and sat around until 1984, where it was picked up to show on late night television under the title Night of the Claw. Now, a brief synopsis. You have an island where Steve Hanks, who plays Pete Adams, is working for a research facility where they're trying to make crabs bigger. Basically, what they're doing is they are putting them in warm water, which is increasing their size and weight for the crabs. On that same island, you have a nuclear waste plant, which had a minor spill in the water. You can pretty much tell where I'm going with this. It actually, which I don't know the reason why, but it gets a hold of one crab and makes it huge. But it also makes the other crabs on the island, which is full of crabs, aggressive. So it's basically a fight against a big crab. This movie is a really, really, really fun monster movie. Or science gone bad, whatever you want to call it. I had a ball with this movie. Now, the difference between the two run times. The 82-minute version is the cut version that I believe came out in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. We got the 90-minute version. I know that Scorpion Releasing put out a Blu-ray of this. This is fine with me because, to be honest with you, the transfer was pretty good for a movie that really didn't see the light of day for 4 years. I definitely recommend this. I'm not sure how available this DVD is, But like I said, Scorpion Releasing did release a Blu-ray of it, if you can get a hold of it. And I definitely recommend it. It's definitely better than that piece of crap Frenzy. So definitely vote for the ones that didn't make it. And if you like what you see and hear, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.